just settle in, cross-legged, or you can always have your one leg up on top of your calf, whichever is comfortable for you. Just take a moment to arrive there. Relax down through the shoulders. And just start to connect to your breath. Not here for too long. It's almost diving right in this evening, so just start to deepen the breath a little bit more. Breathing in through your nose, maybe lifting the shoulders up towards your ears as you breathe in. And then exhale, release the shoulders down, keeping the length through the spine as you breathe out. 2 more, breathing in. Lifting the shoulders, breathing out and release. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly tucking the chin in towards the chest. Take a breath here. Keeping that length through the spine. As you inhale, release the hands, reach them all the way up. Start to lift the head up to neutral. And then bringing left hand over to right knee behind you. Just take a gentle twist. And come back through center. Inhale, reach both arms back up. Exhale to the other side. Take a breath here. And coming back through center. Bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching up with the palms all the way up above the head. Exhale, hands come all the way down by your side. From here, we're going to come over onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, dropping the tummy, gaze goes forward. Exhale, rounding through chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale. Cow pose. Exhale, rounding through. Last one. Exhale, rounding. And then sinking the hips back. And taking the hands all the way back behind you, coming into a child's pose. Palms facing up. Allow the shoulders to round here. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing the hands forward. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, sinking the hips back. 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to tabletop. Exhale, sinking the hips back. So just getting some gentle movement in here. Inhale, coming back up, tabletop. Exhale, shifting the hips back, walking the hands forward and coming up onto the fingertips, dropping the head in between the upper arms. Placing the palms down, inhale, coming back up to tabletop. This time just curl the toes under. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, shift the hips back. So stretching into the sole of the feet. Inhale again. Exhale, shifting the hips back. tenting the fingers, so coming up onto the fingertips. Take a breath here. Inhale, palms come down. Exhale fully. Inhale, coming up. Keeping the knees where they are. Lift the feet, bring the feet together so we're in this half plank. Elbows draw into the side. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Extend through the legs. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, pushing back up. Walking the knees just a little bit wider. Maybe the feet coming to touch. Exhale, sinking the hips back. Forehead comes down to the ground. Taking a breath here. Walking the hands over towards the left side. And bumping the hips towards the right, dropping the head down. So getting a stretch all the way from the right hip to the right side of the body up towards the armpit. All the way down to the fingertips. You can even tent the fingers here on the right hand. And then walking it back through center. All the way to the left side. Breathing into the left side of the body. Exhale, release. Inhale, breathe into the left side, all the way into that armpit area. Maybe tent the fingers. And then coming back through center. Inhale, coming back up. Hands and knees, tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips. Send the right toes behind you. Come onto those toes and just reach back slightly. And then coming back to tabletop with the upper body. So that right leg is still extended. And then just sweep the right toes over towards the left side, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing deep, coming back through center, bringing the right knee back in, sending the left toes behind you. Take a stretch. And then sweeping the left toes over towards the right side, looking over the right shoulder, stretching into that left side. Coming back through center. Inhale here, reach the right hand forward, navel draws in. Exhale, thread the right hand underneath. Bringing the right ear, the right side of the head to the ground, hips high. This left hand can stay on the floor. It can come back to your coccyx, to your lower back. Open that left shoulder out. Anchor down through the top of the feet. Exhale, release that left hand. Coming back up, planting the right hand down. Inhale, take the left hand forward, gazing forward. Exhale, reaching left hand underneath, coming onto the left side of the ear. And again, reaching right arm up. Maybe placing it on the lower back and roll that right shoulder back. Take a breath. Exhale, release right hand down. Inhale, coming back up. Lifting the feet, half plank, lowering all the way down to the floor. Come on to the top of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. 2 more times here. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale again, roll those shoulders back. Elbows draw back towards each other. Exhale, rolling down, and then roll through your spine, coming all the way back. tucking those toes under, lifting the hips, coming into downward dog. Take a breath here. Really breathe, claw through those fingertips. Take the feet a little bit wider, maybe as wide as your mat. Maybe the big toes are on the edge of the mat, so you're super wide. Taking our chilled dog pose here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walking the feet back to down dog. Lowering the knees down. Shifting the hips back, either taking a child's pose or feel free, if you want to, you can keep the hips lifted, coming into our puppy posture. So your choice, deciding if you need this stretch in the shoulders or you want to take a more restorative pose here, rounding into our child's. Take a couple of breaths here. Find places to soften. Inhale, coming up. And we're going to come up onto high knees, so kneeling here. Swimming the hands behind you. You can have the fingertips facing down towards the ground, but maybe just see if you can flip the fingertips up towards the shoulders. So your heel of your hand is resting on your pelvis. Roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. This might be enough for you, so feel free to stay here. Or maybe just bumping those hips forward slightly. Gaze starts to lift, roll the shoulders back, coming into a back bend. So a variation of our camel. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, release. Bring the hands out in front of you, wrapping left arm on top, right hand underneath. Almost reaching all the way back towards the shoulder blades. Give yourself a hug. Exhale, release, left arm on top now, wrapping them all the way around. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Hands come back down towards the floor. Curl the toes under. Come back into our downward dog. Take a breath. Claw through the fingertips. Maybe start to anchor down through the heels slightly. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. So you can take it as high as you want to. Maybe you keep it as level as the hips. And then we're going to bring the right knee in towards the nose to then step the right foot up in between the hands. So take your time to get there. If you need to lower the knee, that's fine. We're all going to lower the knee down now. Come on to the top of that left foot. Inhale, open up through the chest. So instead of rounding through here, maybe coming onto fingertips or fists, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Anchor down through the top of that left foot. And then from here, just shifting those hips back, lifting the right toes up. Walking the hands back slightly, so we're not shifting the hips all the way back towards that left heel, keeping the hips stacked. Exhale, folding over this right leg. Notice if you're bumping the hips out to the left, can you level the hips, drawing this right hip back, folding over, breathing deep. One more breath. And rolling forward, planting the hands. Curl those back toes under to step the right foot back, coming into our down dog. Take a breath here. Exhale fully. Lifting left leg up behind you, slowly peeling it up. And then bringing left knee in towards the nose, towards the chest. You can always lower this right knee to then step this left foot through. Inhale here, open up through the chest. Come onto the top of that right foot. Anchored down, feel that stretch in the right thigh. Take a breath here. And then peeling that hip back, lifting the left toes, walk the hands back, folding over the left leg. And it might be that you're up on fingertips here and this knee is still slightly bent. Just notice where you can really feel this stretch. Does one side feel different compared to the other? And then slowly rolling back, planting the hands, lifting that back leg and stepping the left foot back into our down dog again. Taking another breath here. Exhale fully. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees down. Back to this tabletop. Lean forward, lifting the feet, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, shifting the hips back. Feel free to tuck the toes under if you want to. Stretching through the soles of the feet, taking our extended child's pose. Inhale, coming back up. Reaching the right hand forward. Exhale, threading right hand underneath. Coming down onto the right ear. Bring the left hand to rest on top of the lower back, the coccyx area. Find this balance here. You can stay here, maybe coming onto the toes of that left foot, anchored down through that right foot. You might stay here, or maybe you lift the left toes off the floor, taking a bounce. Take a breath. Exhale, release the toes down, release the knee down. Left hand comes back to the mat, coming all the way back up. Take the right hand out to the side, and then place the right hand back down. Inhale, reach the left hand forward. Exhale, left hand threads through. Come on to the left ear, and again, maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough. Feel free to bring that right hand to the lower back, or you can start to take a bind here, your choice. Maybe you extend the right toes, lifting that right knee, anchor through the top of that left foot, and then see if you can lift that right leg off the floor, taking a balance. Breathe. Exhale, release the right toes down. Release the knee to the floor. If the right hand is lifted, bring it back down. Inhale, coming up, take the left hand out to the side. Bring the left hand down to the floor. Reach the hands forward, keep the hips lifted. Exhale, puppy posture. Feel free to lower the forearms, the elbows to the floor if you want to. Sometimes this can take the stretch or make the stretch a little bit stronger. So decide what works for you here. Breathing deep. And then slowly coming back up. Walking the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Really drawing that chin in towards the chest, pushing up through the upper back. Inhale, back to cow pose, dropping that navel down towards the earth. Exhale, rounding through. And again, inhale into cow pose. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, rounding through. Inhale, back to neutral. Reaching the left hand forward, the right toes behind you, our balancing table. Exhale, left elbow draws in towards the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, rounding through. And then placing left hand, right knee back down. Take the hands forward. Hips stay lifted. Melting the heart, the forehead towards the ground. Coming into our puppy posture. Taking a breath here. And then coming all the way back up. Tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, rounding through. Claw through those fingertips. Starting to look after the wrists. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, clawing back into cat. Inhale, cow pose. Got a little bit zened out there. Exhale, coming back into cat. And then coming back to our neutral position. Right hand reaches forward, left toes reach back. Notice if you've collapsed into this left arm and into the front of the body, can you lift up? Exhale, rounding through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rounding through. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, round. Bringing the hands, the knees back to the floor. Walk the hands forward just a little bit. Lifting the feet, coming into our half plank. Elbows draw back, lowering all the way down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, rolling back down. Taking the hands off the mat, coming on to the fingertips. Inhale, cobra variation. Exhale, lowering back down. Curl the toes under, pushing up through the hands, rolling all the way back. And then coming back into our downward dog. Take a moment here. Breathing deep. Bending the knees, slowly making your way forward towards the front of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Relax through the shoulders. Maybe hold on to opposite elbow or wrapping the hands around the calves. Bring yourself a little bit closer. Take a full breath. Then release the hands. Tuck the chin and slowly, really mindfully roll all the way up. When you arrive, just allow your body to be here still. Notice how this feels. Taking the hands out left to right, palms facing forward, reaching all the way up. Exhale, palms come back down by your side. 2 more of those. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands come back down. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, palms come down by your side, and then bring your hands behind you, just like we did when we were kneeling. So feel free, you can either bring the fingertips to face down, perhaps turn the fingertips to face up, or hold on to the opposite elbow behind your back. Inhale, open up through the chest. Push the hips forward slightly, lean back, maybe look up. Listen to the breath. If it's too much, lift the head back up. And then slowly coming back to standing. Release the hands down. Right hand comes onto your hip. Take the left hand up. And just bumping the hips towards the left, reaching the left arm over. Take a breath here. Come back through center. Release, left hand comes to the hip. Take the right arm up. Reaching over to the left side, bumping the hips to the right. Take a breath here. Inhale, come back up. Reach left hand up towards the ceiling. Both hands reaching. Exhale, release the hands behind you. And this time, interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Open up through the chest. Drawing those hands down towards the floor again. Maybe bumping the hips forward slightly. Not coming so deep now because we don't have that support in the lower back. And then chin tucks in towards the chest, navel draws back towards the spine, soften through the knees as we fold all the way forwards. Taking the arms up above the head. Full breath. Releasing the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding back down. Gently stepping both feet back. Coming into our down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lifting up the right leg. Exhale, right knee draws in towards the nose, then step the right foot up in between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Come onto the top of that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand on the inside of that right foot. Walk the right foot out slightly. Drop those hips down. Maybe staying here. Maybe coming down onto the forearms if that's available. You can always curl the back toes under and lift that left leg. So lots of options here. You can be on the hands and lift that back leg. You can lower the knee down and be on the fists. Wherever is comfortable for you, take a breath. If that back leg is lifted, really reaching that heel towards the back of the mat. And then releasing that left knee down. Come up, plant that left hand, reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. You can drop this right knee out to the side, but if you do, make sure you roll onto the outer edge of the right foot also. You can be here, or maybe you bend into that left knee and grab hold of the foot and open up through the chest. Take a breath, breathing deep. Exhale wherever you are, slowly making your way back. Framing this foot again, so bringing the right hand back on the outside of that right foot. Lift that back knee. Maybe even just hover the hands for a moment. And then placing the hands back down, stepping the right foot back, coming into our downward dog. Exhale, lower the knees down. Shifting the weight forward, lifting the feet, half plank. Elbows come back behind you as you lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, pushing back onto knees. And then rolling all the way back into down dog. Take a breath. Breathing deep. Anchor through that right foot as you lift the left leg up behind you. Again, doesn't have to be high. And then drawing that left knee in towards the nose. Step that left foot up in between the hands. Lower the right knee down. Come onto the top of that right foot and then bring that left hand on the inside. Walk the left foot out. So finding your position here. And again, you want to give the wrists a break. You can be on the fists. You can even come up here, hands resting on this left thigh, dropping these hips down. So whatever works for you. There's lots of variations, so deciding maybe forearms come to the floor. Maybe you lift that back knee off the ground. Your choice. Take a couple of breaths. The head, the neck, and the extension of the spine. And then releasing that right knee down if it's lifted. Coming up onto the hands. Right hand plants. Left hand reaches up. Maybe it's here. Maybe it comes to the inside of this left knee and you just roll this left knee open, you're here. Maybe you bend into this right foot and you grab a hold and just open up, lean back slightly. Breathing deep. Releasing, coming back, framing this left foot now. Curl that back toes under, lift that back knee, and maybe just for a beat, we lift the hands. We're strong in the legs, using the legs to hold us up. Exhale, release the hands back down, step the left foot back, coming into our down dog. Well done. Take a deep, buoyant breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down. Knees come to touch, feet come to touch, lifting the feet, shifting the weight forward. Lower all the way down to your chest, to your belly. Inhale, rolling up into cobra. Rolling back down. Maybe sliding the hands a little further back towards the ribs this time. Inhale, rolling up. Maybe straightening through the arms, lifting the pelvis off the ground. Or coming back to our cobra. Your choice. Lowering back down. From here, reaching the hands back behind you. Palms facing down. Maybe zipping the legs up towards each other. Inhale, lifting head, lifting the legs. You can always bring the hands behind you and interlace, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, release. Bring the hands to rest underneath the shoulders. Rest the head onto the right ear. Bring the big toes to touch and allow the heels to drop out left to right. So relax those shoulders down, the elbows out wide. Take a breath. You can rock the hips from side to side. And then turning your head back to center. Zipping up through the legs. Bring your hands back behind you, reaching fingertips away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Left ear down to the ground. Toes touching. Heels out to the side. Relax through the shoulders, through the face. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, push back onto knees. And taking your forehead down towards the ground, hips back towards the heels. Coming into a wide child variation or extended child's variation. Full breath. Inhale, looking forwards. Come up slightly and then peel the knees off the floor. Coming back into our downward dog. Breathing deep. Soften through the knees, walking the hands back towards the feet. Coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Relaxing through the crown of the head. Lengthening the sit bones up towards the ceiling. So you can even bring your hands on top of your bottom and imagine that you're trying to draw those sit bones up. Release the hands down towards the floor, placing one hand underneath the right and the left hand underneath the left. So you've got left hand underneath the left foot, right hand underneath the right foot. Wiggle your toes. Notice if you've shifted all the weight back in your heels. Shift the weight forward slightly without toppling over. Inhale, just lengthen slightly. So you might be here with really bent knees. Maybe your hands haven't come anywhere near the feet, and that's fine. Wherever you are, just find an extension here, stretching through the arms, gazing forwards, and then release, releasing the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. Curling through the spine, rolling all the way up. As your hands come towards the hips, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Just pause here. Take a breath. Relax through the face, through the shoulders. We're going to roll all the way back down. So tucking the chin in towards the chest. Soften through the knees, and as you do, slowly rolling through the spine all the way back down into our forward fold. Release the hands. Right hand comes underneath the face. Take the left arm up as you do, straight through the left leg, bend into the right knee. Maybe look up towards that left hand or out to the side, or maybe down towards the floor, your choice. We're going to do this 2 more times on this side. So exhale, soften through the legs, bring the left hand down. And then imagine this left hand is tracing the right, almost a bit like a bow and arrow, taking it all the way across the chest, bending into that right knee, straightening up through the left leg. Exhale, release, soften through the knees. Last time this side. Inhale, take that left arm all the way up, straightening through the left leg, bending into the right knee. Exhale, release. Take a forward fold here, holding on to the opposite elbows, relaxing through the head, through the shoulders, releasing hands down. Left hand comes to the floor. Inhale, take the right arm out to the side, reaching the right arm all the way up, bending into the left knee, straightening into the right leg, lifting through this right hip. Exhale, right hand comes down. This time the right hand traces the left arm. Inhale, as you do, bend into that left knee, straightening through the right leg. Exhale, back down. Last time, soften through the knees. Inhale, grow. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down, soften through the knees. Enjoy this walk back out into downward dog. Take a breath. Exhale, lower the knees down. Lifting the feet off the floor, shifting the weight forward. Lower all the way down to the floor, extending through the legs. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, pushing back up onto knees. Take the knees wide, big toes to touch, shifting the hips back. Bring in the hands underneath the forehead, resting the forehead down. Take a couple of breaths here. Breathing into the upper back, the middle of the back, the lower back. Coming all the way back up. Shifting the hips to one side, bringing the feet out in front of you. Taking a moment here to shake out those legs. Open up through the shoulders. Bring the hands to the floor, Dandasana. Flexing the toes towards the shins, shoulders roll back. Open up through the chest, pushing down through the hands, maybe so much so that the heels start to lift off the ground. Exhale, soften. And then just allow your hands to trace down your legs, coming in to a fold. Bend your knees if you want to here, or just soften through the feet. Inhale, coming up, bending into this left leg, left foot comes to the ground. Wrap this right arm around, bring the left hand behind you, flexing through this right foot now, and just opening up to the left side. Coming back through center. Release left foot down, bend into the right knee, foot places on the floor, wrap the left arm around the right knee, right hand comes behind you, inhale, lengthen, exhale, folding or twisting towards the right, coming back through center, releasing, shifting your bottom forward slightly so you can come all the way down onto your back. And when you arrive here, just bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give them a little squeeze, wiggle through the feet. And then hands, palms on top of the kneecaps, fingertips facing towards the feet. Making sure that we're not really open through the throat here. So tuck the chin slightly just so you have this extension through the spine, this length. Inhale, push the knees away from you as far as you can, straightening the arms, getting that really nice stretch in the lower back as it arches. Exhale, drawing the knees in towards the chest. And just keep that going. So imagine, visualize this in the spine like our cat and our cow. So we're rounding through the spine here, drawing the knees in. Our cat pose, and as we're dipping through the lower back, opening up through the chest, the front of the body, our cow pose. So just take a few moments here, stretching. And then the next time the knees are in towards the chest, just rock gently from side to side. Bringing the left foot down to the ground, holding on to the right knee. Send the left leg long. Hold on to the right knee with the left hand and draw that right knee over towards the left side. Trying to keep this right shoulder on the ground. Maybe lifting the head, turning it towards the right side. Breathing into this stretch. Coming back through center. Send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Hold on to the back of the right thigh. Just point and flex through that right foot. Trying to keep that right leg as straight as you can. On your next exhale, just walk your hands up the back of that right leg. Lifting your shoulders and your head off the ground. Maybe you can come to the calf, maybe to the ankle, maybe you can hold on to the toes, feet. And then slowly walking all the way back down, bending through the right foot. Bring the right foot down to the ground. Sending the right foot away and then bringing the left knee in. Giving it a squeeze. And then right hand onto the left knee, drawing that left knee across the body. And maybe turning the gaze towards the left side, as the knees drop towards the right. Breathing deep. Taking another breath here. Slowing everything down. And slowly rolling back. Extending that left foot up towards the ceiling. Holding on to the back of the thigh. Starting to push the sole of the foot up. And then pointing and flexing through the toes, through the foot. And on your next exhale, slowly lifting the head and walking the hands up the leg as far as you can go comfortably. Big breath in. Big breath out, walking the hands all the way back. Bringing the left foot to the ground, bringing the right foot to the ground, knees are bent, soles of the feet touch, coming into our Supta Baddha Konasana as we allow the knees to come wide, dropping out to the side. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. We'll take a few breaths here. Accepting how your practice went for you today, how you moved your body, honouring how far you went into poses, taking what you needed and leaving behind what you didn't. You are enough. Repeat in your head, I am enough. I am enough. Maybe this time you say it out loud. I am enough. Deep breath in, deep breath out as you extend both legs out long now. You want to place a blanket on, please do. Just take a few moments here in our Shavasana to take up space. Allow the feet to roll out, the hands to be wide, the shoulders grounded. And just notice the parts of your body that are supported by the earth. Because those parts are supported, the rest of you is effortlessly. Nothing that you have to do. Just allowing the ground to support you. Take a few moments here in silence, with our breath, pouring the breath in and out of your body. rise and fall. Inward, outward. Making space, letting go of things that no longer need. That can be physical things, but also those thoughts that we tell ourselves, those negative thoughts. Letting go. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Reaching your hands all the way up above the head. Taking a stretch. And bending the knees. Rolling over onto one side. And just pause here for a moment. Before making your way back up into a seat. Your hands together at our heart. To always have kind and loving intentions, hands to the mouth, or kind and loving words to the forehead, the third eye, for kind and loving thoughts to ourselves, to those around us, and the rest of the world. From me to you. Namaste.